Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Tyranny. In the last episode we did only 2 side quests, both of them involving killing even more disfavored soldiers, and that's pretty much it. That's all that we did. And in this episode we're also going to do at least 1 side quest, but this is Versus own side quest, so this should turn out to be more interesting. And in order to do that we have to go to Torn Strand. I believe that we had to go and hunt down some woman. I forgot her name, but we have to go here, find her, and then just kill her, because what else Verse is going to do to her? And then after that we go to Trapper's Junction, and where Seven Toes wanted us to go to. So yeah, so we'll be going to these 2 places and see what we can do. So without further ado, let's continue with the rest of the game. Now let's see. Let's see if I have anything new here. Nothing really. And here, why is this glowing? About the sigils. Oh. Okay. So now I can. So here is the volcanic weapon. All right. I was wondering how you could get this. So basically there must not be anything here. Alright, so what was this? Sigil of Rooting. So here is the volcanic weapon. Accent that uses fire and brimstone to cause material force spells to damage foes in line. Well, let's do... You need to select an expression sigil before proceeding. Well, god damn it. So... Material force spells. Force, it's this, and okay, what was this? Rooting, and again rooting, not that, that's frost and fires. Alright, so let's see. What do I need? Fire and brimstone to cause material force spells. Okay, let's see. So we got vigor, illusion, this is force, emotions, frost, lightning, and fire. Material force. I assume it means this. Yeah, I still don't know. Oh, god damn it. Maybe I should look into this more online or something. But yeah, whatever. So let's leave. We go to Trapper's Junction for starters and hunt down that woman. What was her name again? Let's see. The fire inside. Oh yeah, it's this one, Irissa. Yeah, so that's a woman that we have to hunt down, and I believe that we also had to find a 3rd guy as well. But let's find Irissa first. Any random encounters? No. Well, color me surprised. Such a long journey too. Okay. Rather small place. Let's send... Oh, never mind. I was planning to send Verse there to scout in stealth, but nope. The tumultuous winds of the Edict of Storms reduce visibility to arm's length as you press against the headwinds and into the Torn Strand. Silhouettes materialize in the swirling detritus before you. The sound of their approach swallowed entirely by the raging gale. The shadows resolve into haggard warriors attired in ragged leather and tarnished bronze. Diocles. What's this banner? Unbroken. So these are the Unbroken folks. One man steps forward, pulling off his helm to reveal a crime-roughened face of deep umber crosshatched with pale scars. "Hold, stranger!" You don't look like one of Ash's inbred handmaidens, but you are no scion of Stalwart. So, who are you? I'm Fatebinder Brianna. Who I am doesn't matter. Your mother didn't teach you to introduce yourself first. You can call me Brianna. Just clear silently. Either introduce us as Brianna or just be a dick, basically. Your mother didn't teach you to introduce yourself first. Yeah, let's go with this. She did. I am called Diocles, son of Tyrannos, veteran of the Unbroken Union of Stalwart. He gestures to the other soldiers. Oh, okay, so he actually took that rather well. These are my sworn women and men, strong soldiers each. Their mettle tested in the forge of war against Graven Ash's legion. So what did your mother name you? I am Fatebinder Brianna. One of the court enforcers. In Stalwart. You're the one they say awakened the mountain spire. He glances to his soldiers as if to make sure they are still present before refocusing his attention on you. What brought you down from your perch and into the storm? We have come with questions for a warrior named Irissa. Why I'm here is immaterial, but I'm leaving with the head of an assassin named Irissa. To Verse. We are here. Ask your questions. Yeah, let's let Verse talk. We want Irissa. Unless you want a few more scars on that ugly mug of yours, I suggest you hand her over. What an absolute paragon of tact. Siren's remark drips acid that makes your skin feel as if spiders crawl beneath it. Lovely. Hollow threats don't bow the Unbroken Union of Stalwart. His soldiers ready their weapons and shields. If you think I intend to surrender one of my soldiers to you, it's a misunderstanding I am only too willing to rectify. I seek Irissa for matters of court, and you will recognize my authority. This doesn't have to come to violence, we just need to ask Irissa some questions. Ask her only some questions, my ass. You know what? Fuck it, let's just attack. We're gonna fight anyways. I would hate for my threats to come off hollow. Let's show them why we are called the Unbroken. His soldiers let out a furious clarion and stormed toward you, and in case you don't remember who the Unbroken is, well, this is the first time we are actually meeting them, so I don't really blame you if you don't know them. The Unbroken Legion was the proud and accomplished army of the realm of Stalwart. Citing their victories as evidence of skill, they prided themselves on never facing defeat while fighting on home soil. After the Edict of Storms tore apart Stalwart and twisted it into their blade grave, barely a 20th of the Unbroken's former strength survived to continue the war against Kairos' forces. Alright, so these guys are supposed to be rather strong. Is Irissa here? Nope, doesn't look like it. Alright, so let's go and stun this guy immediately. Who seem to be the... Maybe this fella here is the weakest one. Oh, let's see. Armor 10, 12, 4. Yeah, he's the weakest one as far as defenses are concerned. So let's focus on him. Burning arrow on that, and let's see. Well, let's go with this and see how it goes. And you buff me.
Mate.
And then buff everyone with that. Then you... where's the... he's there. Go and attack this guy with the weakest armor, Verse. And I should use this as well. Verse doesn't seem to be able to get there. This only switches the... Wait, how did this work exactly? Verse swaps position with an enemy and then stabs them with each of her weapons. Well, let's try this from that distance.
I think I might hurl.
Goddammit, Verse is in quite deep shit. Switch places with this soldier here. this might become quite tough. And put false bits here, and just to make sure,
Will do.
like this. And who should be focus here? You have the right stance, I take it. Yeah, 20 dodge, that's nice. And does your... yeah, let us continue with this. I like the idea of that shield. Heal verse. Trust this one. I would really like if we used taunt. Taunt for... So we taunt every 6 seconds. I would love to see the cooldown on that, and Launcher got a level, nice. Give a seal to verse.
As you command.
We could use this. Let's see what this do exactly. Some damage. Yeah, okay, so it basically only deals some damage and nothing else really. Poisoned, that's annoying. But nothing no life threatening, at least at this point yet. Just throw pain at this guy with the well, that actually hurt. That actually hurt him. You need to stun someone. Let's see, do these all guys have... yeah, these guys have 10 armor. That's annoying. Stun that one. If only... If only I was the one taking all this damage from these guys, then it wouldn't be that big of a deal, but because Verse is now tanking, that's rather problematic. Let's see, maybe I should use some of these. Well, let's try one of these poisons, maybe that will help us. And you use Warrior's Respite.
You got it.
Ah, shit. Verse is gonna go down. I did give her the seal, didn't I? Or did I give it to... or did I give it to Brehana? No, I gave it to Verse. Well, good. Okay, what else can I do here? I could use Sunder on this one here.
This isn't working.
Indeed it isn't. Use a burning arrow on that one. And so buff.
Consider
Verse.
it done.
Damn it! Knocked down Sirin, and I'm quite sure that she can't sing while she's prone. I assume. Shit.
Will do.
Knock that one down. Can you please heal her?
As you command.
That didn't heal a lot, but at least she got some potions on her as well. So that's something. If only I had this, I could just switch places with this Skyblade here. Well, let's sack this one for now. And let's use this one. Oh wait, I got these two. So... So with this we could get more armor, and the enemy would deal less damage. That would not be bad. Sundered, that's nice too, but parry and dodge, that would be very nice too, but maybe this is more useful. I don't know. Actually, let's go with this. Let's use that on our allies. Seal Verse again. Yeah, use Trust and You use skewer on this one. Okay, and then what can we do? Throw the pen. Where's the weakest guy here? Oh, he's here. And I would love to use this as well. Participant busy. Oh, alright. Well, let's use this now.
Ready?
Oh, god damn it, she was interrupted. God damn it. Sunder this one. Verse is in trouble. Well, she has the seal, but still. Heal her. Throw a pen at this one. Alright, let's try this again. You must wait for combat to end before using this ability. Well, fuck. So even though our combo ability was interrupted, it was still used. Well, that's terrible. That's bad. And it would have been so nice too. Well, what can you do? Burn an arrow on this one. Let's try to get rid of that weakest guy as fast as we can. Buff everyone. Another seal to Verse. Yeah, Verse is in terrible situation right now. If only I was just taunting these guys. So wait, what the hell is this? Reputation abilities. Oh, I didn't remember I had these. So let's see, drain 2 resolve, finesse and might. Siphon might, finesse and resolve from enemies in the cone and channel it back to you for a brief time. This might actually be pretty badass, but let's move it there for now. Now. Ah, so this is both active. Alright, I thought it was passive. So let's see. Go there. Isn't this AoE? Oh wait. Wait. Didn't it say active at one point? That it also has an active ability as well. Passive. Well. Combo abilities. Yeah. Well, whatever. Maybe we should use the combo ability on that, although we don't seem to be able to get there. You got the seal still. Good. Go somewhere over there. So next time when you taunt, it will taunt everyone around her, hopefully. So let's use this. Okay, and like this. Alright, they did that. I don't know how useful that will be, but we'll see. Stun the
Right,
Oculus.
Scar? Fine.
Alright, Verse is in a terrible situation right now. Heal her quickly. Actually, switch positions with this one.
Seen an awful lot of bread.
Ah shit, they are still focusing on her. Use this.
Count on it.
Just in time. Verse almost went down. Almost.
If I had kid.
And throw a pen at this bastard here. And you. What can we do? We could do some arcane damage. Well, let's do that. And you. Let's kill Theocles since he's the one who's badly hurt here.
I got it.
Burning arrow on that. And this guy here is almost dead. We can put another seal on Verse.
As you command.
Is Diocles dead? Oh, I didn't see exactly. It's kinda hard to see. I think he's dead. Alright, well let's try to
I got it.
get this guy's attention. Stun that one. Actually, doesn't look like we can do it. Verse, can you run away?
Just point me in the...
I guess you can't. Maybe if we move a little bit here, and then Verse went here. Oh shit. There. Maybe I should move Sirin away a little bit as well.
Not happening.
Oh, it is. Yes, it is happening actually. There we go. Good. And then we stand right here, shielding Sirin and Lantry. And Lantry should be able to kill this guy by himself. Stun this one.
No dice. You got it.
And Verse should be able to take this guy by himself, by herself even. Stun him. And then Skewer. And Sunder this one.
As much as I do.
And you should auto attack something. Let's do this again.
Damn thing couldn't hear.
You're doing just fine, Verse. Burning arrow on that. And you heal her. I did give her the seal, didn't I? I didn't give her the seal. Well, I don't think that she might not actually even need it. But might as well give it to her just in case.
I'll take care of it.
Throw a pen
As
at
you
this.
command.
Still didn't die. Just stay there. I was thinking about using this, but I don't want her to switch positions to here. Buff everyone.
Scar.
Then buff me. Skewer. Did we kill someone? I was paying attention to here. I guess we did. Well, at least he died. And burning arrow here. Can we use? Actually, can we use this from this distance?
Not a problem, boss.
No, we can't. Well, at least we should be able to kill him.
You won't enjoy this as much.
There we go. That was a very stylish kill. Now, go and attack that. Use that. Why not? And we stun this.
That's as I do.
Trust.
Damn thing couldn't pierce cloth.
Heal Verse.
I'll take care of it.
Pity you won't enjoy this as much as I do.
My blood spills.
And give us more damage.
Damn thing couldn't pierce cloth.
Burn arrow that. Throw a pen. Skewer. Yeah, we got this, folks. We got this.
I'll omit that from the record.
More stuns. Never mind, they are dead. Alright, but Irissa was not here. I take it. Shit, none of these people were there when my sisters died. Verse surveys the carnage wearing a grimace. Check these bodies with me. Maybe there's something here that will help. Well, let's do just that. I was going to loot them anyway. Reverse break is now unlocked on the world map. You search Diocles' remains, shifting his dead weight and ignoring the drip of gore to reach his belongings. Your hand comes away wet, clutching a roll of parchment and a tightly wrapped bundle. What have we got there? Verse peers at the wet bundle you plucked from the corpse. How much further is this going to go, Verse? When will you have spilled enough blood? Pfft, never. Read the note. Might as well read it ourselves, because I'm quite sure that Verse cannot read. You break the seal and unroll the missive. The parchment is leathered in a clean hand, the language surprisingly clear and crisp for a tearsman. The party has received weeping whispers, whatever that is. Diocles, or whoever succeeds him. I came to Stalwart with little I didn't need for the fight. Only these gloves, a trophy from a skirmish long past. Should I fall at Trapper's Junction, please see to it that they return to my sister, Clea, at our family's homestead at River's Break in Apex. Tell her to use them well, and that I wish I could have been there to deliver them myself. Thank you for this, Irissa. Okay, so is Irissa dead? I came to Stalwart with little I didn't need for the fight, only these gloves, a trophy from a skirmish long past. And I bet that skirmish is the and I bet that she's referring to the Scarlet Chorus fight with that skirmish here. That's what I think she's referring to. Should I fall at Trapper's Junction, please see to it that they return to my sister, Clea. So she might be dead. How much further is this going to go, Verse? When will you have spilled enough blood? Irissa wanted these gloves given to her sister, Clea of River's Break. Yeah. Did you say gloves? She wipes the leather package and tears it open, revealing a pair of gloves of supple leather edged with a series of sharpened bronze blades. Interesting. Fuck, I have missed these. You know these gloves? They belong to one of my Furies. Verse replaces their wrapping with care. So Irissa had a sister. A sister for a sister, then. There's a certain poetry in it, right? What are you talking about? Yeah, she wants to go and kill the sister now. Don't know how I feel about that. Are you suggesting what I think you are suggesting? Claire silently. Yeah. So are you suggesting what I think you are suggesting? We need to find this Clea. She must know something about who Irissa rang with during the war, right? Well, if you only want to ask her, then I guess there's no harm doing that. And who knows? Maybe she'll turn out to be someone in need of a good stabbing through the face. Verse smiles, her eyes glinting. If we go to River's Break, we are not going in with weapons drawn, understood? It has been a while since we gave someone a good face stabbing. Well, we just killed all these people. Keep it in your pants, Verse. You know you can't avenge yourself on a dead person, right? Killing her sister won't hurt Irissa. Well, she did say that we could only go there and ask her. I don't really know how to feel about this. I had no problems whatsoever with killing the people who killed her Fury sisters, but bringing innocence into this is a bit too much, even for me, or even for her, my character rather. You know you can't avenge yourself on a dead person, right? Killing her sister won't hurt Irissa. But then again, would my character do it? She is rather honorable in the sense that she doesn't go and kill innocent and defenseless people because there's no honor in killing people who are unable or unwilling to fight back. You know you can't avenge yourself on a dead person, right? Killing her sister won't hurt Irissa. Yeah, I know. Kinda sucks, right? She frowns. Don't worry, I won't stab anyone who doesn't deserve it. Ah, so we're on the same boat here. Glad to hear that. Come on, screw this place. She gestures toward the road. Okie dokie. glad to hear that we're on the same page here. Find Clea at River's Break. And that was in Apex, right? Apex, which is right here. Yeah. A small farmstead located near a fork in a small river. Far from the trade routes through the valley, Essa tailored this holding for self-sustainability rather than any attempt to engage in agricultural trade. Alright, well I guess we can do that later. But we can only loot this corpse here. Scavenger leather boots. And it has exactly the same stats than the ones we are wearing right now. Shame, really. Well, let's see what they look like anyway. Maybe they look cooler. Meh. Well, at least they fit more for... They fit Sirin more, I think. But...
Will do.
But there's lots of other stuff here as well that we can loot. Yeah, you guys just wait there. I'm gonna loot all of this shit. Potion, yeah. Now that I think about it, I don't think that we have used potions for a very, very long time. Nobleman's sandals. What do you have? This is actually a little bit better than what Landry is wearing right now. And bronze dagger. Yeah, it's the exact same stats. Well, you take that and you take that. So anyway, like I was saying, I don't think that we have used potions, as in... I think we used potions only during the first act, but ever since then we haven't used any potions recently. At least not what I can remember. We have only been using Landry for healing. Deflection, precision... Precision. I wonder if precision also affects spells. Well, I don't know, but let's... I guess we can give that to Landry. And here... there's just a whetstone and a potion of some kind, and hide.
Sorry, I can't.
Oh yeah, and Landry got a level there, so... let's do this real quick. Alright, so now... So if we want to give him more quickness, we would have to invest 2 points. Alright, well, so do I want to save this point for later? Or do I want to invest someone else? Spell strength. The witch attribute describes a character's mental acuity, their ability to observe their environment and pick up on clues, which is used to increase spell strength as well as increase the magic defense. How much would we get? 25. You know what? I think that quickness is so important that I should just save this attribute point for later, and then invest the next 2 points to this. So let's do just that. But here, on the other hand, what do we have here? Arcane Shield grants a bonus to Arcane Armor and Magic Defense. Improve Control Vigor skill. And this is basically a rogue tree, if I'm not mistaken. Landry strikes his target, interrupting them and lowering their non-physical armor. If used from stealth, this attack will also paralyze the target. What's this? Recounting of deeds. Landry orates the party's deeds, inspiring his allies and instilling terror in the heart of enemies. Or we could go with the Gill tree. Quill Storm. Launch a hail of quills at multiple enemies in an area. Each quill applies a bleeding affliction when it strikes. Interesting. Penetrating throw improves Landry's throw weapon attack range and adds armor penetration to his thrown weapon attacks. That would be very nice to have. Quill Flurry. Landry rapidly attacks his target with a series of thrown strikes. Subtle Throw. While stealthed, Landry receives a significant bonus to range damage. I do like this penetrating throw. And I don't think that we need to worry about arcane armor and magic defense just yet. Actually, well, we are going to fight against Bane eventually, They are basically just undead wraiths, ghosts, spirits, whatever. And they use lots of arcane damage, if I'm not mistaken. What's this? Learned in structure. When Lantry is in the party, all party members gain bonus experience for the lore skill and a bonus spell slot. This is a very interesting one as well. But maybe we should invest some points to this. With the Bane in mind. Maybe we... Actually, no. Let's us put up 1 point here, and next time let's put up a point to Arcane Shield. Now let's do that. And that's pretty much all. Okay, we can now leave. Let's go to, was it Trapper's Junction, I think. Yeah, this Trapper's Junction. A long stretch of maze-like canyons riddle this area, frequently confusing traveler foolish enough to venture inside. Well, since we are foolish enough, let's go there. Through the billowing dirt and rust kicked up by the Edict of Storms, you make out the shifting silhouettes of a small group ahead of you. Appearing lightly armed and armored, the group pulls 2 carts in their wake. They haven't noticed you through the maelstrom. Hail them. Attempt subterfuge. Allow them to pass by without making your presence known. So... a small group ahead of you. Well, they are most likely not friendlies. And I don't think I want to waste my time on them, really. But then again, our character is not really the type to back off from a fight. Let's take the risk and just hail them. Wary of your presence, the travelers halt when you hail them and await your approach. Their emaciated faces make it clear that hunger has left them weak. One steps forward to explain that they are scavengers from old Stalwart, hoping to trade their whole in exchange for food for their families. Ah, okay, so they are not much of a threat. A glance at their goods reveals that they are carrying remnants of bronze and iron arms, likely scrounged from the late grave. The leader of the group, head bowed deeply in deference, asks if they may pass. Leave them be. Guide them. Proclaim them guilty of treason. I don't know about this one. They are scavengers from old Stalwart, hoping to trade their haul in exchange for food for their families. They are carrying remnants of bronze and iron arms, likely scrounged from the late grave. I wouldn't really say that they're committing a treason or anything. Confiscate their goods. Well, this is pretty much stealing. I don't really like the sound of that. Ah, fuck it, let's just leave them be, whatever. You allow the scavengers to continue their journey. You have gained favor with Unbroken. Ah, okay. So they were part of the Unbroken. They thank you, bowing repeatedly, before picking their way among the rocks. Soon they vanish, every trace of their passing consumed by the howling winds. And we got refreshed. Minus 20% recovery time. Oh fuck yes, that's not very good. So we got a little bit some bonuses to the Unbroken reputation. That's nice. All right. And here we are. And immediately we are greeted by loot. Dead bodies with loot. You spot a soldier lying in a slump. Through the mud and blood caked on his tattered garb, you can make out of the colors and insignia of the Unbroken. He fights through pain with each of his ragged breaths. As you approach, he shifts his head slightly towards you, but does not appear to have strength to look up. So this is it. Then just kill me quickly. I'm in no state to continue on like this. His forced smile sends a trickle of blood out of the side of his mouth. What happened here? I have pressing questions. Do you need aid? I could dress those wounds. Attack. Let me hasten your journey to the void. I suppose I'll just leave you be. Well, but it says attack here, which is kind of strange because I'm quite sure that these guys are not in the condition to fight. Well, let's just ask him what happened. He raises his head and takes a look at you while wincing. The Scarlet Chorus. Yeah, I knew it. They have been driving us across this wasteland, pressing their attack at every turn. Looks like they finally got us, cornered in this pass. I was part of the first line of defense. When my comrades got wiped out, the Chorus went on through. I thought myself lucky they didn't check for survivors. After a few hours I started to change my mind. His wry smile quickly turns into a wince of pain. Well, let me hasten your journey to the void. Fear with Lantry. Is this strictly necessary? I could mix up a sedative and... Oh, you're going to kill him. Forget I said anything. You deliver a swift blow to his head. The last of his energy leaves him as he crumbles to the ground. We did him a favor. A broken cord. Talk to Jack Remedy at Trapper's Junction. Alright, let's take... But before that, let's take all the loot we can find. What's this? Swing of Insight. Plus 50 defense against spells for 120 seconds, and plus 20 will defense for 120 seconds. Who could use that? Well, I guess we could use that. Being the tank and everything. And this is plus 4 armor, all stolen for 120 seconds. Well, that's also for us, naturally. Alright,
Can't do that.
No.
Curious.
Ah, there they are. But I also noticed that. Oh wait, these are also unbroken, but they are not they are not hostile, at least not yet. Alright, Verse, go and
just
disarm
point me in
that.
the right direction.
That's very rude of you, Scarlet Chorus. Put in traps like that. When I'm coming. Oh wait, none of these are the whatever his name, Remedy something. None of these guys are the. None of these guys is the one that we're looking for. Go talk to Jack Remedy in the camp southeast of here.
Can't do that.
Southeast, so somewhere around here. What's your deal? Bronze Armiger. Guarding the entrance to a makeshift encampment, an unbroken warrior stands sentry with thick lines of exhaustion under her eyes. Streaks of sand and rust cover her worn armor and weathered skin. Who treads on unbroken lands? The guard's voice trembles with fatigue. Everyone who comes to Trapper's Junction these days is involved in the war somehow. State your intentions. I'm not above killing you just to be safe. The soldier glares at you with intensity and purpose. I'm looking for the Scarlet Chorus in this area. Or should we just back away for now? Well, I'm just looking for the Scarlet Chorus. Our character is not the one to back away. The soldier's hand cautiously moves towards her blade. Are you now? I spotted the mad gang boss southeast of our position. She pats her sword hilt and glares with ferocity. If you're in league with the holy mob and the depraved master, then I have nothing to say to the likes of you. She spits on the ground by your feet. Well, I guess we just leave. But we are coming back. I'm sure. Oh, I can see another trap.
You got it. If it means adding to their army, the Scarlet Chorus can wear anyone down. The Unbroken have held out longer than most.
Their tenacity is incredibly annoying. But I suppose even trash can topple a tower if you throw it hard enough. To your knowledge, has the Chorus ever given up?
Only when they've lost too many limbs to keep fighting.
That's the spirit, I guess. If I'm not mistaken, this is the first time two of my party members have actually chatted like this, or at least I Or if they have done it before, I don't remember. But anyway, I wish to hear more of that.
Will do.
Alright, so this is their camp, and they seem to have an iron walker of the disfavored here. Armor and supplies clearly belonging to the Unbroken are strewn about. It is hard to tell if the red accents are from blood or chorus war paint. There's some loot here, I can see it. Here. A guitar. Or throwing dagger. Maybe we could give it... I guess we could give it to Lantry. What's this again? Yeah, you got room. And this... Hit, deflection, parry... Yeah, that's for us. So you take that. And here.
I'll take a look. How hard could it be?
Nothing too interesting. Alright, so is this throwing dagger how much better again? This was bronze throwing dagger. This is also bronze throwing dagger, but it's a superior. Well, let's switch them. Alright, and you are Jacked Remedy. There we go. The heavily armored Crimson Spear is presently occupied using a sharpened piece of bronze on a self-inflicted wound on his forearm. He glances up at you and grimaces. From pain or from recognition, it's difficult to tell. The Fate Binder of Tunon is recognized in my camp. Hail, they call me Jacked Remedy. Keep your guard up around this one, Fate Binder. He calls himself a medic, but he's just as willing to try his therapies on the healthy as the injured, and that usually involves the removal of something vital. Well, thanks for letting me know, Siren. You are a fair way from Tunon's court. Did you get lost, or are you here for a reason? Speak up, my gang is occupied enough without entertaining guests. I have questions about you, and as Tunon's Fate Binder, I think you should treat me with old respect. Headbutt him. You first. The voice from the Rod wants to invite some influential people to the chorus. I'm here to help. With that smart mouth, it's a wonder you're still alive. Headbutt him. Yeah, you first. Something tells me that the Scarlet Chorus would actually like this. Yeah, I knew it. Favor with the Scarlet Chorus. He takes the blow and reels back with wide-eyed incomprehension. It takes him the length of a shocked silence to blink himself back to awareness and regard you with contempt. Now that is how you get a man's attention. He grins, revealing blood on his front teeth, which he licks clean. The voice's new toy is as thick-headed as I hoped. Don't call me his toy. Alright, what do you want to know? You know this guy, Verse? What are you doing? You were seizing me up earlier. Why? What did you mean by the voice's new toy? Who are you? So you know this guy, Verse? She huffs. Afraid so. I ran with him for a bit, back when his cruelty and depravity got somewhere when it came to whipping new recruits in line. Now he's just a glorified butcher who goes through conscripts like a sky through wheat. I left around the time he started looking at me in a way I didn't like. Don't get me wrong, I like releasing my aggression in the bedroll, but with Remedy here, I thought it might be a bad idea. I assure you, Verse, I was interested in satisfying a very different delight. I wanted to see how much of your skin I could remove in a single piece and replace with panels of unfeeling wood. It would not have been anything personal. Oh, in that case, all is forgiven. Verse rolls her eyes. Crazier than an old wall's rubbing, this one. Well, who are you? The boss of these mongrels, the putrid Rash Gang. He nods to his recruits with pride. They are my mates, my bloodleathers, and a useful source of living tissue when my experiments run dry. I have been at war since it began. At least we have that much in common, Harbinger. A smile of eerie familiarity flickers to his face. Harbinger. if I'm not mistaken, there is a title Harbinger that you can get for doing something in the something specific in the conquest. But I don't remember what it was, or why am I even called the Harbinger? This is the first time. But then again, it's not highlighted in green, so yeah. Your experiments? Don't know if I care to know. You were seizing me up earlier. Why? He's a degenerate and a pervert, but that shouldn't stop you from heeding his counsel. He's a good boss. She nods to Jack Remedy. Thank you, Verse, for your frank and elucidating perspective of my qualities. He glares at her before refocusing back onto you. No offense intended. I make human anatomy my business. When I spot a specimen of interest, I take heart. He chuckles to himself and nods. If we were enemies, I would drain your organs one by one, just to see what the imbalance of humors might do to you. I would open holes in your skull and puppeteer your exposed tendons. He sighs. Alas. Well, he sounds like a wonderful person. Your experiments? He nods. Alchemists and surgeons may have fancy titles and all the rare herbs you can shake a spear at, but they all share one thing. They don't spend time in the front lines. They haven't seen wounds evolve from fresh to caustic, and they know nothing of coupling together healing solutions for what's practically available and far from home. We are not disfavored. We don't have the luxury of wounds that close by the love of our Archon. He gestures to his own seeping cut. Someone has to find a better way, so I study my prisoners from the tips of their hairs to the black of their humors, and I learn. And when we are light on prisoners, I use my gang, or myself for that matter. Can you teach me anything you have learned? He chuckles, as if I would impart the lessons I have taken from agony and dispense them out to every churlish student that happened by. It's a simple no. If you wanted to pledge your dying allegiance to me and join my gang, well, that would be another matter. Like, I pledge my life and my cause to you and your gang, Master Remedy. Nah, no. Back to my questions about you. I think I know the answer already, but what are you doing? Learning, as I always do. He winces and pulls a fleck of gore from the wound. I'm hoping to make a breakthrough on pain tolerance, and in this case the best lessons are self-taught. I would focus more on my gang and toughen them up, but he frowns at some of his fighters and shrugs. Testing their limits is chancy. The sort of activity that begs for an uprising, and I don't have the time or the manpower to call these weasels into order while we are hunting Unbroken. And lastly, what did you mean by the voice's new toy? I don't like the sound of that. You can't be as dim as this, can you? He shakes his head. Your career is on the rise, and the voice of Nerad has taken an interest. He has eyes for watching and ears for listening, both in abundance, I assure you. The way he spins it, one might think you are in line for a spot at his second, but the voices doesn't work that way. One of two things will happen. Jack Remedy counts on 30 fingers. You'll disappear. Where you end up, I'm not sure, even the voices knows. Or one morning, we'll simply find you impaled on a spike, and that will be that. The voices doesn't tolerate ambition for an instant longer than it deserves his goals. And he's too old to retain anything that fails to amuse him. If the risk of dealing with an artist like the voices is too high, maybe you should have thought about that before getting his attention, but that's none of my business. Well, enough questions about you. You have satisfied your curiosity then. Good, we can move on already. With you telling me why you are taking up valuable breathing room. The voices wants to invite some influential people at the chorus. I'm here to help. More favor with Scarlet Chorus. Strange to see a servant of Tunon picking sides, but I suppose these are strange times and you have your reasons. Our goals complement each other nicely. Perhaps I shouldn't judge so harshly the Fatebinder who quenched the flames of the burning library, unless you plan on setting me afire with Kairos' magic. His tone is humorless. We have cornered a group of soldiers in the pass. I understand that one of them is the Unbroken leader, Matthias. The voice of Nerad has been adamant about inviting people of influence into our ranks. He wishes to learn as much as he can before he breaks them. Jack Remedy seems delighted by the very concept. In keeping with the voice's directive, I want to conscript Matthias and his unit, and add their strength to my gang. The whole thing has proven troublesome, but we are about to introduce these once proud locals to their breaking point. So what's the problem? Do you have a hard time conscripting soldiers? Have you managed the How have you managed the recruitment so far? The same way you hunt any large ungainly beast, wounding it only it lays exhausted and bleeding in the mud. Nighttime raids, daytime ambushes and cutting off their food supply have softened the meat for the butcher's block. Once these southerners learn to give up their pride, they will be ours. Well, I'm here to help. What's the problem? These rebels won't give up without a fight, but they are useless to me as corpses. Unless Stalwart's meat keeps better than pork. Nothing in his tone implies that he's joking. I want you to convince them to join my crew. The Unbroken should be pushovers by now. We have bled them nearly dry, and they will prove malleable. But talking, negotiation, he shivers a little, not my strong suits. Speak with them. Convince them to put down their rust poles and join our ranks. Well, negotiation is not exactly our strongest suits either, but... well, we must try. What were the Unbroken doing before you cornered them? What do the Scarlet Chorus want out of the Blade Grave? What's so special about the Unbroken? I thought that Ash forbade the Scarlet Chorus from entering the Blade Grave. Well, yeah, but the two are at war right now, so of course the Scarlet Chorus doesn't give a damn. I'll help you conscript as many Unbroken as possible, I'll think about it, or betray alliance. Actually, I have decided to form my own gang, without Nerad or the Chorus. Submit to me or die. So what were they doing before you cornered them? They spent the last year trying to reach Sentinel Stand Keep, the heart of old Stalwart and a bastion of strength. Of course, the Edict of Storm cut off the old fort from the rest of the realm. The unit here in Trapper's Junction looks to have some big players in the Unbroken hierarchy, if such a thing even exists. We have intercepted some birds they have dispatched in haste, and they seem to be directing other Unbroken officers in the region. If we snag the leader, Matthias, that could open the path to more recruits. Indeed, it would. What do you know about the Edict of Storms? What do the Scarlet Chorus want out of the Bladed Grave? Well, we want more recruits, of course. So I don't think asking this is. So I don't think that we would learn anything new by asking these questions. What's so special about the Unbroken? Well, I guess we could ask this at least. They are more stubborn, hardier folk than you'll find anywhere else in the tiers. Outside of the Beastmen, of course. And it helps that they put up a decent fight against the disfavored. I would invite that strength into my gang any day. New conscripts are disposable. They are not likely to survive their first battle, so there's little point in arming them with anything better than a sharpened stick. Soldiers, though, they come with their gear and training in tow. They are the real price. I'll help you conscript as many Unbroken as possible. Fear with Syrian, well, this is a bit surprising. Nerad doesn't need any more blood for its army. Has it ever occurred to you that it sent you here for its own amusement, or to simply get you killed? Aren't you generous with your time? The voices will hear of your devotion to our cause, assuming the Unbroken doesn't shatter your courtly bones. He laughs quietly to himself. Let me know when you have convinced that ragged group of upstarts to join our honored ranks.
Hi.
Alright, and the Unbroken he was talking about must be over here. But before that, let's loot these corpses. What's this again? Plus 40 armor, corrode stolen after 30 seconds. Alright, so we basically lower the enemy's armor to against poison damage. Alright, so this is the area where the Unbroken are. And the only way to get in there is through here, I take it. Actually, I want to check this real quick. So we are... Oh, we actually got a new faction ability, I guess you could call this. So, Visage of Terror. Rooted and Terrified foe AoE. Rooted and Terrified affliction for 7.3 seconds. Immobilize and terrify enemies within the cone. I like this. I like the sound of that. It's massive fear, basically, that roots everyone. That sounds very good. And what's the situation with Siren? She's afraid of us a little bit more. Okay. And Ebb is also scared shitless of us still. Versus very loyal. I wonder what's here. And Barrick, he's also scared shitless of us. And Lantry, he's mostly loyal. We are almost getting this. Okay, but before I go and talk to these two again, I think I'm gonna save at this point. Okay, let's go. This is gonna end up badly, I just know it. You again, what is it you want? The soldier glares at you with intensity and purpose. I have come on behalf of the Scarlet Chorus to deliver the terms of surrender. Surrender? Her eyes narrow as her hands tremble around the hilt of her blade. To those madmen? Just as it would seem her blade were about to leave its sheath, a voice boom from behind her. Stay your weapon, soldier. We will hear this visitor's terms. Okay, well this is a promising start. And that's Matthias, I take it. Yeah, it is. The Unbroken fighter looks pale and worn. His demeanor has begun to show the horrors he's witnessed, but he wears every scar and concerned twitch with a veteran's dignity. Matthias, captain of these troops here in Trapper's Junction, and to the whole of the Unbroken. Captain of what's left of us anyway. I have buried a lot of good soldiers over the last fortnight, and you can hardly consider this our full strength. He looks back at his camp with evident doubt. I have been in the storm too long to hear much news from outside it, but word of mouth has glued me into your features, Fatebinder. He nods. I'm a little preoccupied dealing with Kairos' armies to deal with Kairos' dignitaries, if you don't mind. Jack Remedy and his Chorus gang are giving me a headache of edict-like proportions. What seems to be the problem? I don't have time for your concerns. Well, let's be diplomatic. We want these people to join the Chorus. What seems to be the problem? That should be no mystery to you. Who pledged fealty to the voice of Nerat? No doubt you witnessed your share of recruitment horrors in the past. The gang in our shadow has hunted us for weeks, launching surprise attacks in the middle of the night, starving us, bleeding us dry, and hoping that we will finally give in to conscription. We may not be as strong as we were in days past, but we can still put up a good fight. My only fear is that our next will be our last, and that our days are numbered. Much as I hate it, it's starting to look like conscripting with the Chorus is our only chance of survival. Well, I like the sound of that. So what are your options? I'm surprised that the Unbroken still tarry in this wasteland of realm. What are you still doing here? What are you trying to achieve here? How certain are you that you are ready to join the Chorus? If I joined you in camp, I might be able to offer a more informed opinion. So what are your options? The choice put forth by this gang leader, Jack Remedy, is simple: conscript or die. I don't know if I'm ready to sacrifice these good men and women to the voice of Nerad and his mob of lunatics. If it comes down to a choice between life or death, I'll choose life every time, but the challenge then is dealing with those who don't share my opinion. I'm surprised that Unbroken still tarry in this wasteland of a realm. What are you still doing here? He studies you and shakes his head. This wasteland is our home. Believe it or not, we have centuries of history and tradition wrapped up in this place. Kairos' storms can level homes and weather our monuments to featureless knobs, but the sons and daughters of Stalwart are here to stay. As to what we are doing, should I give up all of our secrets to the forces of Kairos then? Suffice to say, we are taking our lands back from your overlord's army. Suffice it to say, we are taking our lands back from your overlord's army, but it's something of an uphill battle. And what are you trying to achieve here? He shakes his head and signs. What I want can hardly be a mystery to you. We are in the middle of a war. Suffice it to say, we want the forces of Kairos to withdraw or stick halberds up their asses, whichever comes first. Our loyalties aside, I think I speak for everyone when I say I would love to see that as well. In the immediate present, I'll settle for an end to the Edict of Storms. It has some wartime advantages. We can attack and travel under cover, and the disfavored are all but blind to our movements. Well, there's that. Advantages aside, I want this war to end. I want Stalwart to be free again, and for this edict to end so that we can bring peace to a land that is losing its grip, even if that means throwing in with the enemy. It sounds very much like he's willing to join the chorus. How certain are you that you are ready to join the chorus? I suppose you ask from a place of personal interest. He frowns. The longer I wait my options, the fewer I have. By the time the chorus is our only option, I'll have lost more of my countrymen than I'm willing to allow. I want us to survive this war. If I could just convince my soldiers that joining the Scarlet Chorus was the right choice. If they could only see reason. Matthias signs and brushes a line of dirt from his brow. It's a sad day when a leader must turn his back on his culture to save his people. I wonder if I have the stomach for it. So he is very willing to join the Scarlet Chorus, but he has hard time convincing his countrymen to do the same. If I joined you in camp, I might be able to offer a more informed opinion. He studies you for a moment longer and shrugs. That's fine. If you keep a civil tongue and your weapons to yourself, you're welcome to accompany me behind the defenses. He moves to return to camp and waves you inside. He pauses and glances over his shoulder, a momentary gleam of hope in his eyes. Come speak to me in private when you have a moment. Your coming here might be useful. Okie dokie. And I guess that we just go to him straight away.
Will do.
But first, let's steal their stuff. Our campus supplies. Let's take the potions at least. But say, we could still use these, right? Yeah, these were once per encounter. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, at least we know that there's a campus supply there. What do we have in here? Yeah, we're gonna take that. And oh, there he is. Our options are limited, or don't you understand that? Matthias stands before an equally impressive warrior. Both appear to be almost near blows, caught in a heated debate. This is Irissa. Only limited by your short-mindedness. The other warrior turns to you and glares. And now you dare to welcome a Fatebinder into our midst. Irissa. Charmed, I'm sure. He spits at your feet and steps forward, taking a challenging stance against Matthias. Have you already sold out our brethren to Kairos' lapdogs? Is everyone in the tiers always disagreeable and confrontational? Is comparing the size of your sword just the way you pass time out here? It's a wonder they even have time to breathe. What would you have me do, Irissa? Send our weak and wounded into slaughter again? His outburst echoes off the canyon walls. Should we send our children next? How much of our blood must be spilled before this rebellion is satisfied? The chorus will gladly take your weak and wounded. Erentis, it sounds like you are too short-sighted to see the benefits of conscription. Or should we just continue listening for now? Nah, let's bargain between them. So Erentis, it sounds like you are too short-sighted to see the benefits of conscription. Oh, rather the Unbroken. Well, that's not good. Our captain will be with you in a moment, Outlander. Erentis scowls at you and returns his focus to Matthias. Maybe I should have just let them speak. I can't fathom why you think collusion with the force of Kairos is our only way. The storm has got into your brain. How many enemies must we collect? Our goal has always been to take back Sentinel Stand, kill the last Regent, and end this blasted edict. Oh, so they actually want to kill the Regent. Impossible tasks by any standard. Losing his composure, Matthias grabs a handful of wind-borne rust and hurls it to the ground. This is no time to lose control of yourself, Captain. Your soldiers are listening. Well, let's keep talking. Might as well since we started. But now we got favor instead. He blinks and rises to his full height, letting the grit from the storm trail through his fingers. You are right. That was beneath me. I'm frustrated because I don't know what to do for my people. Except use our strength to avenge Stalwart on the Regent who betrayed us. The chorus can give us that strength, and I faltered. What we have here is a failure of leadership. If a gang boss couldn't convince her troops to march, then the chorus would get a new gang or a new boss, whichever died first. If vengeance is all you seek, then maybe you belong with those bloodthirsty dogs. Don't assume the rest of us will be joining you. Erentis walks off, shaking his head in disappointment. Okay, I wonder if you have to kill Erentis at some point and then force these people to join us, or the people who are following him. Maybe, we'll see. My apologies for that. Erentis lost as much as anyone in this war, and his reaction is about what I expected. Surrender is a kick in the teeth, but it may be all we have left. I have led this rebellion since the waning days of the war, but my foes grow more numerous each day. The disfavored, the chorus, the regents, so the Unbroken who are loyal to the regent. And now I must ask you, Fatebinder, do you approach this camp as ally or enemy? The voice of Nerat extends an invitation to the Scarlet Chorus. You have an ally to the Unbroken here, should you need one. But this is a lie. The voice of Nerat extends an invitation to the Scarlet Chorus. Well, let's go with this. And it seems the Howling Mob has benefited from allying themselves with Tunon's court. They don't usually try to negotiate with us first. We have faced some real difficulties of late. Some of us had hope that the worst of this war was behind us, in the bones of Stalwart. He glances up at the blackened sky. It's starting to look like the opposite is true. Tell me of your difficulties? I have no time for stories of foe. Do you intend to conscript with the Scarlet Chorus or not? Let's not be impatient. So tell me of your difficulties. He turns to the fire beside him and nudges it with a log, sending up a cloud of embers. Our real troubles began with the victory at Sentinel Stand. Instead of facing Kairos' forces in the field of battle, the last regent of Stalwart decided to barricade the keep and look after himself. When Kairos proclaimed the edict, it cursed the regent bloodline for their stubbornness. And in case you don't remember, let's see, what was this about again? Kairos drafted the Edict of Storms to punish the defenders of Stalwart for hiding behind the walls of their keep. The wording of the edict specifies that the death of Stalwart's ruling family will end the storm. Oh yeah, it was about this. To this day, the locals are welcome and encouraged to assassinate the former ruler. Yep. Maybe I shouldn't speak too freely about our troubles. The war this chase around our homelands, you can probably tell that it's taken a significant toll on me. My soldiers and I are half mad from hunger and exhaustion, mad enough to entertain the idea of conscription. His expression withers with distaste. Have any questions for me? How do the Unbroken plan on breaching the keep walls? You call the last battle at Sentinel Stand a victory. Oh yeah, we also have to get to Sentinel Stand because that's where we're supposed to look for Graven Ash's daughter as well. So let's ask this first. How do the Unbroken plan on breaching the keep walls? Assuming we get the chance to cross the wind wall around Sentinel Stand, we'll simply blast the walls to rubble. He frowns. It's not exactly that simple at all. Our alchemists have spent the last several months experimenting with pounders and oils that can loosen stone or weaken fortifications. They came up with something far more dangerous. A pounder that explodes on contact. So, gunpowder, I take it. The stuff is too chancy to carry into battle, but too good to pass up as a siegebreaker. You call the last battle at Sentinel Stand a victory? It's true. No one was cheering when the Edict of Storms hit us and destroyed most of our fighting force, but that didn't end the battle. It just stretched into an uneasy stalemate with the disfavored, which continues to this day. The defenders at Sentinel Stand had imprisoned a disfavored legion. I'll bet that Graven Ash would have pulled his troops back if we threatened to push some of the captives over the rampart walls. He shrugs. A pity we never got the chance. I thought Stalwart fighters never surrendered. What's to be done about the Stalwart regions? The Scarlet Chorus seems to be your only choice. Well, I thought Stalwart fighters were never surrendered. Traditionally speaking, we don't. We haven't lost a battle on our home soil yet, and there is a lot of cultural pride wrapped up in that idea. But these days, the long battle with Chaos's forces drags beyond our ability to endure. Stalwart was mighty in its day, but the relentless tide of enemies will be our undoing. What's to be done about the Stalwart regions? It's just the one region now. Matthias frowns and toes the dusty earth. Straedus Herodin is the Lord of Sentinel Stand, the great fortress at the heart of our realm. As the last member of the regent bloodline, the Edict of Storms will persist until he dies. That can happen willingly or unwillingly. Herodin would have been charitable if he killed himself after the edict hit. A hero to the realm in truth. But instead he's chosen the coward's path. Cruel as it may seem to end his life to end the edict, this storm has claimed more lives by far. The Unbroken will do anything to see it finished. He releases a heavy sigh. Even conscript with the Scarlet Chorus, it seems. Joining the Scarlet Chorus is your best bet to reach Sentinel Stand. Yeah. It's true, the Howling Mob have their own reasons to take the ancestral keep. I don't know their thoughts on the edict itself, but I know that not even the voice of Nerat could stop me from driving a blade through the heart of Straedus Herodin. I don't blame Irentis for his stupidness, though. The Scarlet Chorus haven't exactly made the kindest of offers, and I'm not convinced myself. Maybe a sign of their good intentions could help sway our opinions. If we knew with certainty that they wanted to take us alive, my women and men would be more inclined to surrender. A sign of their intention? What of yours? The chorus needs to know that you are totally committed. Yeah. He pauses, suddenly introspective, as if the idea should have been there all along. You are right, of course. Since we keep resisting them, the chorus would be within their rights to take us as prisoners or combatants, which will only make the transition harder. He looks to you with eyes full of hope. What would be required? A blood offering, naturally. An oath of fealty? 20 rings? That's actually quite little. Assume that we are talking about copper rings. An oath of fealty. A blood offering, naturally. I like how we say naturally at the end. I don't think that our character would demand a blood offering. We're not that bloodthirsty. An oath of fealty. Is that all? I suppose a servant of the court like yourself places value in words, don't you? He takes a deep breath. I renounce all present or past loyalties and offer my devotion, my service, and my life to the voice of Nerat, Archon of Secrets. I am his vassal in all things, to be used or disposed of as he pleases. He signs. I hope that's enough to convince your friends that I'm with their cause. You should know something going into this, though. My soldiers won't be convinced unless the chorus offers something in return. Well, that's just fair enough, I think. A fair number of us were captured in our last scuffle. If the chorus were to release those prisoners as a gesture of good faith, my Unbroken here would be more amenable to the idea of conscription. Admitting it out loud brings some color to Matthias's cheeks. I'll see what I can do. If you manage to make any ground, you'll know where to find me. He tries to appear optimistic, but his enthusiasm wanes. I think any small gesture will make me more inclined to trust the Scarlet Chorus, but I have doubts where my countrymen are concerned. He shakes his head. This war will get worse before it gets any better. Oh, okay.
Will do.
Before we leave, I want the loot. Where is it? Oh, there. You don't mind, do you? Of course you don't. Okay,
Can't
actually,
do that.
I'm kinda curious. Is Irissa still here? Or has he
Interesting.
Oh. Damn it. Or has he just disappeared? I guess he has just disappeared. Damn it. And we can't get to the camp through this way, I take it. No. Have to go the long way. Let's just hope that Jack Remedy is willing to let those guys go. Oh, wait, no, there is Irissa. The Unbroken soldier folds his arms in a tight knot as you approach. Irissa, formerly the personal guard of Regent Haptia, at least before the war made short work of her. Now I run with Matthias and what remain of the true patriots. I don't need a reason to kill you, servant of Kairos. I stay my sword until Matthias gives the order. He tips his head to the soldiers around camp. If you intend to conscript us into the Scarlet Chorus, I can assure you that these men and women are ready to die. Tell me of the regions, tell me about the Unbroken, Pitfighter. If he's unfit to lead, you should challenge Matthias for dominion over the Unbroken. You're not seeing the bigger picture. Joining the Scarlet Chorus is your only chance at survival, but I really want to pick the Pitfighter option. Every time when we get these, we don't get the Pitfighter option too often. So, and it's just part of our character. If he's unfit to lead, you should challenge Matthias for dominion over the Unbroken. We'll help. Can I volunteer to help? If you need a champion to represent your side of the cause, she's right here. Verse begins to draw a dagger in anticipation. He grimaces. Your instincts are true, but we are not the Scarlet Chorus. I can't just murder my countryman because I disapprove of his tactics. Irissa looks out on the devastation of Trapper's Junction, deep in thought. In spite of myself, I still want Matthias to come around. He should know that this plan is folly without me having to level a sword at his neck. You're not seeing the bigger picture. Joining the Scarlet Chorus is your only chance at survival. He waves you off with disgust. Survival at what cost? You don't have a clue what it means to live outside of Kairos' authority, so I wouldn't expect you to understand. We value more than our masters and whatever arbitrary system of law they impose. We have more to lose, but we will risk everything to protect it. I'm sorry that you don't see it that way. Well, I'm sorry too. I wonder if we had to kill him. Because he is most likely not going to join, no matter what. Alright, so, Jack Remedy. Free the prisoners. What are you still doing here? Have I not explained what's expected of you? Get going. The Unbroken leader might be swayed if you release some of your prisoners. And give up my prices? Those are the best of the lot, among the finest specimens I have taken of late. I wouldn't dare part ways with them. The ones I don't keep for my studies are going to the Voices of Nerat. He taps his chin to consider. The chances are fair that we'll just conscript them anyway once our intentions are clear to the rest of this group. But I don't want to risk any of these prisoners slipping through my fingers. Matthias or one of his intrepid officers could dispatch them away to seek help. Matthias has pledged his fealty to the chorus already. He promises that the rest will follow. How do you plan on convincing them? How about just the Iron Walker? I'm sure they would have fun tormenting him. Oh, this guy here. How about just the Unbroken prisoners? Well, yeah, let's say this. Matthias has pledged his fealty to the Scarlet Chorus already. And you were so taken in that you believed his fabrication. Even now he could be plotting against us, fool. I don't accept offers of fealty unless the prisoner is lying prone and at the tip of my spear. What did this Matthias deign to offer you? He pledged an oath to the Voice of Nerat. Anyone can sway a few choice words and lie through their teeth, but the Voice of Nerat does appreciate a little attention to his ego, even if it comes from afar. He has an ear for such things, at least as many ears as he has eyes. Jack Remedy frowns. He signs and makes a dismissive wave. It sounds as if you have sufficiently earned the young captain's trust. If he guarantees that his soldiers will fall in line without a struggle, we can entertain this token gesture of theirs. What would please you most, Fatebinder? Send them the Unbroken prisoner? Oh, only one prisoner. He'll make for good sport. Release the Unbroken prisoners. An act of goodwill should set the appropriate tone. Let's release all the prisoners instead of just. Oh wait, I read this wrong. This was disfavored. Send them the disfavored prisoner. He'll make for good sport. Well, let's just release the Unbroken prisoners like we promised. Ever the diplomat. Well, I wouldn't really consider myself a diplomat, but whatever. I prefer to keep my engagements with others simpler. Letting knives and leeches do the talking for me. To each their own, I suppose. He turns to his fighters and nods. Consider it done. Go treat with the young captain and make sure his soldiers are ready for what comes next. And then we just run back. It would have been so nice if I could have just ran there through this way. But no, I have to go the long way. And I'm starting to lose my voice slowly but surely, reading this much. And
What have we here?
There seems to be a sword. Imperial Iron Falcata. It's nothing too good, really. I guess we could give it to not even to Barrick, because he uses two-handers. Well, whatever. Oh wait, it's not just Matthias. Oh, okay. I don't thought that this guy was Irrentis for a second there. Anyway, my brethren have been returned to us. Well, that was very fast. I don't know how you did it, but you managed to reason with the Scarlet Chorus. Or should I say the chorus is more reasonable than I thought? He frowns at the notion. He takes a deep breath. So be it. If the Scarlet Chorus are willing to show us this much good faith, we will turn ourselves over to their mercy. We couldn't take the Sentinel's stand as Unbroken, but there is still a chance to liberate Stalwart from the oppression of the Regent and his edict. And this... Kairos drafted the Edict of Storms to punish the defenders of Stalwart for hiding behind the walls of the keep. The wording of the edict specifies that the death of Stalwart's ruling family will end the storm. To this day, the locals are welcome and encouraged to assassinate the former ruler. It's the same thing. Alright. Alright, so you guys will join. Although Irentis is not going to be happy about that. Irentis strides in wearing a despondent frown. The Chorus spared our soldiers. The Fatebinder here ensured that they would keep their word. The doom that visited these canyons may soon subside. Come and share in this small victory, Irentis. You are impressed that a gang of liars spared a handful of us so they could lull the rest of our fighting strength with false promises. When your future gang boss is branding you with his sigil or cutting your face for speaking out of turn, I hope you remember this blind optimism. Your confidence in the Scarlet Chorus disgusts me, Matthias. They pay you one fair turn, and you buy into their war as an eager conscript. I can't tell if you're desperate or just a liar. Well, I would say that he's mostly desperate. The Chorus have made their gesture of peace. It falls to you to I don't know how to spell this word. Reciprocate. I don't know. Matthias made a decision to save his soldiers from certain death. Rule under Kairos is the only peace in this land will ever see. The Chorus's methods are brutal, but you will never witness another defeat. The Chorus methods are brutal, but you will never witness another defeat. They were so eager to surrender. I would be surprised if they saw another victory, for that matter. Verse, shut up. Is winning worth the cost of breaking bread with butchers, thieves and rapists? Does it make for a finer victory when preserving the culture of your birth and fighting for its right to exist? He turns to the soldiers. Stand with me if you wish to fight as children of Stalwart, and die fighting those who would take our land and bury our customs. Fatebinder, you divided our coalition with empty promises. If not by my authority, then by my right as son of the Unbroken, you will not leave Trappers Junction alive. Well, shit, we actually have to kill him. I wonder how many of them are going to join him. Irentis, this will be the end of us. You take up arms against the only allies within reach. The only ones who can bring down the disfavored, and... His speech slows down to silence as soldiers square off around Irentis. Many of the Unbroken follow Irentis' example and stare you down, drawing their weapons one by one. Matthias' followers anxiously take defensive postures. All the while, Irentis crosses his arms and regards you with a smug grin. You wanted this from the beginning, Irentis. Don't hide your delusions of patriotism. All you have done here is divide the Unbroken. You have no one to blame but yourself. To Verse, I think this future corpse needs a lesson in humility. Yeah, I like the sound of that. Everyone stand down. There is still time to talk this over. Nah, I didn't come to fight, but it seems you offer me a little choice. So be it. What's one more mass grave? I kinda like this option as well. You wanted this from the beginning, Irentis. Don't hide behind your delusions of patriotism. Nah, I think we just chat with Verse. I think this future corpse needs a lesson in humility. I was going to bring that up, but here you beat me to it. Great minds, eh, boss? Verse grins at you, turns her hungry... Verse grins at you, turns her hungry glare to Irentis. Ah, more fear with Sirin, wonderful. Sons and daughters of Stalwart, take down these would-be saviors who would sell you out for petty vengeance. Let us restore this country on our terms. He signals to attack. Alright, so how many? 5. Okay, this didn't exactly go how I wanted to. I kinda wanted to fight Irentis only, but yeah, that would have been so easy. Alright, let's try to save as many unbroken loyal to us as possible. I'm just gonna go and wait where he is there, and he seems to have a two-handed axe. That's gonna hurt. So let's send Brehana there. What's their armor? 10. 4, so he's the weakest. 10, another 4. Well, start with a burning arrow there.
Not a problem, boss.
And you go somewhere around there. Alright, I think you can take down these guys yourself just fine. And they should be weakened, right? Well, maybe they are not weakened, even though they are half mad from hunger and exhaustion. Anyway, just stun this one, whatever. Buff me.
Not a problem, boss.
And sunder this one. Let's use a different song this time. Let's see. Raise his might of... Wait, raise his might of nearby allies. Oh, nearby allies. I misread it as nearby enemies. I was like, wait, what? Deals corrode damage to nearby enemies. Raises resolve of nearby allies. Deals shock damage to nearby enemies. Well, let's do that. Because I like the sundering one. In the last verse. Or stanza. Just trust. A verse should be doing just fine over here. And you just buff us. Pick on a spit. Sunder. And you do auto attacks. Always auto attack. Well, this one is about to die. Knock this one prone. Yeah, these two are dead. They had the least armor, so that's why they were taken down rather easily. Oh, this one is about to die as well. Burning arrow on this one.
You got it.
Throw a pen at this one. And he died. Okay, these guys are actually rather easy. Even though they have rather high armor, 12. And 10s. And now give everyone more damage.
Harsh words would cause more harm than this useless weapon.
And skewer, and they are dead.
That attack didn't work.
Come on, kill him. There we go. Irissa was a good officer. Damn his eyes. We served together for a long time. It's too bad he got caught up in the country's old sense of honor and lost sight of what's important. Survival. He would have served the chorus better alive. It's a pity. One more corpse to step over on our journey to greatness. I like both of these options, really. Let's go with this. One more corpse to step over on our journey to greatness. That's not how I would have seen it, but I suppose you are right. We couldn't take back Stalwart on our own. There needed to be compromise, sacrifice. Matthias looks to the fallen bodies with sorrow. I'll go with you to tell the gang boss who's been hounding us that we are willing to join now. He swallows. In spite of everything, I hope we don't lose ourselves in their ranks. I hope, Stalwart. He trails off, fighting his tears. Aww. I really like this guy. I really do. Now, what did they drop? Where's his axe? Oh, I wanted his axe. Recovery plus, I don't like that. Now let's move this there, this as well. And this Irentis notes. These notes are hastily scribbled and show a tedious grip of literacy. They describe the relentless conscription efforts of a Scarlet Chorus gang as they chase the Unbroken across the Blade Grave. The notes include many references to Dauntless, a relic sword of the Unbroken, and many ill-fated attempts to find the blade. There are some crude drawings that resemble a map of the Blade Grave, with a sword drawn on the eastern section of the old walls. Oh, I like the sound of that. Infested old walls, Infested Old Walls is now unlocked on the world map. And it's there. Not sure if I have been there in my first playthrough, but I guess we'll find out. Anything else that I want to pick up from here? There's a campus supplies there, but we still don't need them. Alright, let's go back to Jack Remedy. He should be happy about this. And there's Matthias himself already. Nice job! You managed to get a good number of them to join, and less of them died than if we went with our usual methods. The voice of Nerad glued me into your mission. With Matthias absorbed into the ranks, our final prize is Amelia, the wayward daughter of Graven Ash. Sentinel Stand is the seat of the old Stalwart regent, the ruling power of the realm. Amelia hasn't been seen since the second year of the conquest. If she's alive and in Stalwart, I'll wager she's there. Since Matthias knows the region, I'll have him meet you there to go over your next move. He grins. I'll send him with a chorus escort, so he gets properly welcomed into the ranks, if you get my meaning. I'll cooperate under one condition. I want to get inside Sentinel Stand and kill the last regent. Well, I guess I could. I guess I could give you at least that much. His downcast gaze lifts with a modicum of hope. We fought for vengeance against Stratus Herodin and the end of this edict. Even if I no longer raise my sword under the Unbroken banner, I would see our work done before I succumb to the chorus. That's acceptable. You have a deal. Yeah, I don't see why not. Well, we got a little rad with the Scarlet Chorus, but whatever. That isn't your decision to make. The voice of Nerad wants the Edict of Storms to remain and plague Graven Ash. For the time being, we have no cause to kill Stratus Herodin. Actually, maybe I should have just... maybe I should have asked Jack Remedy if it was alright, but whatever. However, I can think of many reasons why we should take control of Sentinel Stand, not least of which is to secure Ash's wayward cup, Amelia. He signs. Matthias, your wish is granted, but only if you cooperate and do as we say. Oh, okay, so he agreed to it in the end. And more fear with Siren. Yeah, she's gonna be scared shitless of us. And I don't even know why exactly. Then it's settled. Once we breach Sentinel Stand and oust the old regent from power, I'll submit to the voice of Nerad. Meet me at the wind wall outside Sentinel Stand. It's important that you see what we're up against before we decide the next steps. Investigate Sentinel Stand Keep. Okay, so I think that we are pretty much done here. And we can't go there to explore and see if there's any loot to be picked up. Are there any merchants here? Pure. I guess you are one of them. Wait.
Can't do that.
Wait, what was in here? Oh, I completely missed that. So, Pure. You're a merchant, right? You see a woman turned away from you, her head leaning into various barrels, tossing out bits of rotted food and the occasional pest. You can see that her back is adorned with scars from burns that stretch the length of her entire left side. She notices you approach and turns her head, revealing the left side of his face to be equally as scarred. Favor. Fatebinder. The words fall out of her misshapen mouth with bits of drool that involuntarily ooze and run down her chin. Lovely. You are most welcome here. I've got a special prize for you. Her enthusiasm causes a hail of saliva to land squarely on your chest. Ugh. But I guess I can't be too mad at her. Should we just ask, or would that be rude? Well, let's see her wares for now. Oh, Bloodhound hood. I like the look of that thing. That looks badass, and it's not even that expensive. Oh yeah, and I think I should wear these. Why Wait, why am I wearing this? Oh wait, maybe it's because the cap that we are wearing has a sharp thingy, whatever it does. Oh, we can see it just here. Hit precision. Okay. Oh, I don't want to sell it. Let's sell this, we don't need that. Or this. Or this. I don't think we need this either. Or that. Gonna keep that. Anything else? Any trash that I want to sell? Well, we want to sell that. I guess we should use those and that. Bloodhound sandals. Light armor, leather. Would it be better on verse? Maybe. Light armor, leather. Bloodhound leathers. This is a lot better than what Verse is wearing right now, so I guess we can buy this for her. It would not be that terrible on us either. Well, let's buy it anyway. And I like this. I like this Bloodhound. Bloodhound hood. It looks so damn cool. I guess I could buy these as well. Actually, let's just buy these for starters. Alright, so, Lantry, you take these. And you take that. That looks rather fancy. Actually, let's take that back for a moment. I want to see how it looks like on us. Yeah, it looks very cool, but I like the look of this more. We look like a real warrior with this. So yeah, you, my dear, take that. Let's hide the helmet for now. I think we can sell that away as well. As for you, I guess we could give this to you. And Verse, these have the exact same stats. Well, we're gonna take that. Okay, doke. Yeah, and then this. Look at this. Now that's fucking badass. Look at that. Jesus Christ. I used to have this on my first character, Rourcock, the hunter, and he also looked very badass with this. But let's see, this sharp, plus 5% hit precision. This cap affords a generous field of view and is ideal for archers or javelin hurlers. Well, I guess we could give this to her. And then should we... Or maybe we should use this instead. Plus 5 hit precision. For archers and javelin hurlers. Well, she does use bows, but not that often. Only to cast the burning arrow. Maybe it's just better that we just give her this. And then we just sell this. So let's do this real quick. And sell this. Oh, I forgot to check those. Well, let's sell those. So what was this? I don't remember this at all. Edged defense. Foe target versus endurance, bleeding for 12.1 seconds. Oh. Artifact ability. Since when did we get this? I don't remember when we got this. When the hell did we get this, folks? I have no idea. So, let's see. Artifact ability. The quick and the dead. A blast of baleful energy, thick with versus hatred for those. Oh wait, oh yeah. So these are the gloves that we picked up earlier from those unbroken corpses when we were looking for Irissa or whatever her name was. Oh yeah, so these are versus gloves. Yeah, okay. So a blast of baleful energy, thick with versus hatred for those who killed her sisters, erupts from the wearer, scalding those nearby and sapping their strength. Even as it hastens the movements of the one who bears these gloves. This effect scales with Weeping Whisper's renown. And the renown, it's this one, I take it. Well, anyway, Tui Whispers never went anywhere truly unarmed. These gauntlets may include only 6 of her many blades, but they were perhaps the most commonly bloodied. The apparently decorative shards that jut from the sides of these braces are reinforced by long iron bands hidden within the layered leather, allowing a practiced wearer to turn them to both attack and defense. Interesting. Very interesting. So when we make a critical hit, we make the enemy bleed for 12 seconds. I would like to know what the hell is this. I guess it's... oh yeah, it's this. So when we unlock this, scalding those nearby and sapping their strength, even as it hastens the movements of the one who bears these gloves. So I guess it would be most ideal to give these to Verse. It's only fitting. Yeah.
Hey, this looks fun.
Ah, look at that. Those look badass. Oh, reputation ability unlocked. So we got loyalty with Verse by giving that to her. Yeah, it's only fitting. She wipes a small stream of drool from her face before speaking. Fatebinder, see anything you like? Alright, so, let's sell this away. Let's hold on to this still. Then sell that. This. This. And these. Pretty sure that's all. Actually, let's compare to this, to us. Let's sell that away. Don't think we need this either. Yeah, no. Anything else? Nope. And we have all the campus supplies we need. Bloodhound fist wraps. They are not even expensive. Maybe I should give Bloodhound sandals to someone who needs more disengagement. Now let's buy this for Verse. Might... oh wait, she already has those. Has these. Yeah, she has those, so... I guess we buy these for ourselves. That was a very good deal. Okay, so... for you, my dear. You take these. Yeah. Now you take those. And we take these. We're not... it doesn't even look like we're wearing gloves. Alright, maybe I could give this to someone else. Doesn't look like it, no. I don't want to decrease their recovery either. Alright, let's sell this, and we should be... and we should be good. So we bought every single exquisite. It is exquisite, right? Right? Exquisite item from her. Alright. So since you have seen so many good stuff, what happened to your face? She blinks. Oh, these. She points to her face and side. Had a bad night with a bloodhound. They tend to explode when overexcited. I'm sure you have noticed. Yes, I have. She wipes her face as she continues to stare at you blankly. She suddenly bursts into laughter, goes in a fit of drool to spew in every direction. I had you for a moment. Her laughter subsides and she collects herself by giving a small shrug. No, parents were not too keen about having a 5th child. Tried tossing me on a funeral pyre for my uncle when I was young. Got a bit overcooked, but I managed to crawl away. Started a new life with the chorus. Well, Jesus, no, that's very tragic. Well, let's leave and... Oh, look, it looks like this favorite Unbroken here is dead now. Guess they got tired of him. Or maybe Matthias and his people killed him, I don't know. Okay, so, I think I'm going to end this episode here now. We have done some nice progress. And in the next episode... So we could go to Sentinel Stand next. But in the next episode, I think that what I want to do is to go to infested old walls. This stretch of old walls is full of heavily scarred terrain and is said to be overrun with bane. Oh, lovely. Allegedly, it's the current resting place of Dauntless, legendary sword of the Unbroken. So in the next episode we could go there and get that legendary sword. I think that's going to be... Oh wait, no, it's not the first legendary item. I think we got the legendary staff from the Burning Library and we gave that to Ebb. So we could get our sword. So we could get a sword from there. If I'm not mistaken, it's a one-handed sword. Assuming that I have been there before. And maybe after that we could also go to River's Break and look for that the sister of Irissa. I forgot her name. Clara, something like that. Started with a C anyway. But one thing that I'm still wondering is that, well, how the hell can we get to the Bastard's Wound, the expansion's content? I would like to get there during this second act. If I remember correctly, Tunon is supposed to send me a missive or letter that tells me about this Bastard Wound, and then we have to go there and to investigate, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't really looked into it to avoid spoilers, but maybe I'm have to trying to find out that how do I get there. Because I don't want to finish the second act before going to the Bastard's Wound. Let's see, anything new here? Nope. And what was this Fury's Rage? Project intense flames towards Verse, which she catches on her blades and spins into an aura of breathing flames around her. Nearby foes take burn damage from the flames while they last. Well, that sounds very fucking good, but I don't think that we're ever gonna get here. I don't think so. And what's this? Song of Paralysis. Briefly suppress the power of Syrian's headdress has over her. Syrian rises into the air and unleashed a deafening sound, creating a ring of force around her that paralyzes near enemies. Syrian unleashes wave after wave of paralyzing sound until the crystal's power returns. So, for how long? Cannot be targeted by melee for 12 seconds. For 7.8 seconds. Oh, okay. Weeping Whispers. So this is the other artifact weapon that we found. Once the favorite braces of Versus companion, 3 Whispers. These bladed armbands now lacerate the opponents of your cause. Alright, so let's check that real quick. Here. A blast of baleful energy, thick with Versus' hatred for those who killed her sisters, erupts from the wearer, scalding those nearby and sapping their strength, even as it hastens the movements of the one who bears these gloves. This effect scales with Weeping Whispers Renew. So use a minus 15% recovery time for 15 seconds. That's quite a big drawback. Fatigue for 9. So this is for, and then for enemies they get fatigued. Recovery increased by 25%. Quickness reduced by 5. Oh wait, yeah, okay, never mind. So minus 15% recovery time means that we will means that we will attack faster, and our ability cooldowns are also a lot lower, so we can spam abilities more often. Recovery is the amount of time that a character spends between actions. Yeah, so minus 15 recovery time. That's very good. While the enemies lose 25%. Okay, never mind. That's very good. And dual wield, valid weapons, all. Okie dokie. But this is once per rest, which is understandable. I mean, it is very powerful ability, and it even deals raw damage, which basically ignores all kinds of physical armor anyway. Actually, I think it ignores every kind of armor, both physical and magical armor. So yeah, no wonder that it's only once per rest ability. Even though I really dislike once per rest abilities, that I have to I can only use them once, and then I have to rest in order to use them again. I hate abilities like that, but they are also very powerful. So I guess I can really, I guess I can really blame the developers for making restrictions like this. But yeah, anyway, so I'm rambling too much again, so I'm gonna end this episode here, and in the next one I'm just repeating myself, but in the next episode we are gonna go to infested old walls and try to get that sword. Hopefully that doesn't take too long, and after that I guess we could go to Sentinel Stand. But let's see how long it takes to get that sword from there, because I believe that we are gonna enter a dungeon here, and there's gonna be Bane too, and dealing with them is always fun. Alright, so that's for the next episode. Thank you for watching once again, and see you next time for more Tyranny.